Hey everyone, Heretic here. Today in the Battlegrounds, we're talking Season 10 announcements for Quilboar. We're going to go over all of the Quilboar, coming, going, changing trinkets, you name it, we've got it. Let's jump right into it. All right, it's time to start on a somber note, the friends that will be leaving us, all the Quilboar that are going away. Maybe for just a little while, but like always, season transitions happen. Now, last season we introduced all the choose ones. In this season, we're saying goodbye to a lot of the choose ones and hello to a whole bunch of old friends and then some new ones. So first, the ones that are going that we want to say goodbye to right here are Tough Tusk. It was good when it first came out, still not bad, just never exciting. Crystal Infuser, I did like this card. It's kind of sad to see it going because it's kind of versatile, get gems right away, or Death Rattle if they're going to stay on your board. Gem Day, the spell, getting the ability to buff your blood gems every turn was great when you could get this thing consistently generated or found in the shop. And it was cheap at 1 gold, so I missed this spell for my blood gem buffing, but I'm sure there'll be a new way to buff them. Gem Splitter, this poor thing keeps coming and going constantly, and I'm always kind of a fan of it. I like it. It's only a 2-1 stat line, which is horrible, but the Divine Shield and generating those gems feels really good. Board game was kind of a flop, right? The initial iteration of it was great, but later, after they changed it, it was just kind of meh. Every other turn was just too slow, and every turn was too much, so there really is no happy place. I kind of hope this one doesn't come back. Thorn Trailblazer, I adore, especially if you're gold in this thing. But let's face it, with all the choose one mechanics, if this thing activated, he could be very powerful depending on what choose one cards were offered to you. And yeah, order was important in that regard, but when you got it right, it was way too powerful. And yeah, Gem Day is gone, so that means Gem Rat's gone. And this one was a good one. I enjoyed this when I was playing Quilboar. Just keep kicking out these spells, and I could just keep buffing my gems. It felt good, but not anymore. Geomagus Rugug, he's come, he's gone, he's come again, and yes, he's gone again. He's good. He's very good, and I think he's kind of fun, but he's gone, so I guess we'll wait for him to come back again and enjoy him then. Bongo Bopper, I never hate this card. It's always a pretty good value when we get it if we're playing Quilboar. Yeah, when you triple into it and it's your best value and you don't really want to play it, it's not great, but if you're playing Quilboar, it's not a bad hit at all. Gonna miss this one. Salty Hog. This poor thing never worked. Hey, I'm the first to admit I thought this was going to be great, and it clearly was not. We couldn't generate enough cards. It just didn't really work. I had like 2 games where, yeah, I got a golden brand and cycled 1,000,000 battle cries, and it was great. But even then, it wasn't that great. So, not going to miss this. Turbo Hog Rider is gone. This one was fun. With all the choose cards, you generate a whole bunch of blood gems for your board, but since it looks like a lot of the choose one cards are going away, what use would Turbo Hog Rider be? So good that they're leaving. They were great while they were here, but their time is over for now. And finally, a surprise one to go, Chargla. I mean, one of the mainstays. Yeah, if you triple into this and you haven't buffed your blood gems at all, kind of painful unless it's really early. But if you'd buffed your blood gems, oh my, this thing could be an absolute monster and is responsible for a lot of these nutty builds we see. So I'm going to be kind of sad to see Chargla gone, but hopefully the new stuff can pick up that torch again and carry Quilboar across the finish line because they were great. Let's see if we can make them good again. Now it's time for the Quilboar that are back. The Quilboar that we used to have. Starting with the Prickly Piper, Tier 3, 5/1. Death Rattle, your blood gems gain an extra +1 attack this game. Well, we've lost some of the ways we used to scale our gems, so it makes sense that we'd still have something like this around. Was a good card if you got it early and you were gonna play Quilboar. Still not bad. I mean, 5 attacks nice. The 1 health, not great, but if you might play Quilboar, it's a good option. Thorncaller, Tier 3, 4/3, Battle Cry, and Death Rattle, get a blood gem. I loved this thing last time it was here. I loved it when it was on Tier 2. Obviously, it wasn't as good at Tier 2, but it still was very consistent, and I just loved the stat line on it. So I'm pretty happy that this thing is back. Now, we'll see how viable Tier 3 minions are gonna be, but this is one I do like to buy, at least if I'm thinking of playing anything that has to do with spells or death rattles. Bonker's back. Bonker was a Tier 4 3/7. Wind Fury, after this attack, get a blood gem. Now this is where power creep is really a thing. Now a Tier 4 3/6. Wind Fury, whenever this attacks, play a blood gem on all your other minions. So yes, it won't generate permanent blood gems to put in your hand, but it's going to put a blood gem on all your minions, and depending on the triggers they have and various things that we can get in the game, this could be very interesting. if anything, it's got Wind Fury, it's going to attack twice, it's going to end up being a monster because that's how Quilboar typically work. This could be one that sticks around your endgame, but we'll have to see the other cards we have to see if that's what we want to do. Tier 5, 3 Little Quilboar is a 3/3 Death Rattle. Play 3 blood gems on all your Quilboar. Yes, this is one you used to see people splash in all the time. If anything, it was just the last card you'd take while cycling. You'd sell it, you'd go through a whole bunch of cards, generate more gems, and then play another copy of it just because it does give 3 blood gems to your entire board. In late game, that's usually buffed up quite a bit, so pretty good. Mind you, it only buffs Quilboar, but if you're using it, obviously you're playing with a primarily Quilboar board. Up at tier 6, Bristlebach is a 3/10 Avenge 2, play 2 blood gems on all your Quilboar. Yep, Avenge 2, throw out a bunch of blood gems. There's definitely some ways we can use this. There's some fun minions you can go pick up, just death rattly things, reborn things to get extra triggers. Hide your Quilboars in back, have a bunch of guys die, buff them up a whole lot. It can definitely work. We'll see what version of it we end up running nowadays, but it'll probably be pretty similar to what it was before. Who knows for sure, because we've lost Tough Tusk, and that was the one who primarily benefited from Bristlebach's ability, but that being said, we haven't got to the new Quilboar yet, so wait and see. Dark Gaze Elder is a 6/7. Whenever you spend 6 gold, play a blood gem on 3 friendly Quilboar. Well, they were here a little while ago. Before it was buffing 4, and this was a fun card to play with. You'd cycle some cards, especially if you were going for like a brand type setup, make some money, and that means more gems you're generating onto your Quilboar, so it definitely was fun and worked back then. Well, we'll see if that mechanic can stand the test of time now. And some quick hits, these are the Quilboar that are staying. They haven't changed at all, they're just who they've been right along, so let's take a look at them. Sunbacon Relaxer, Razorfen Geomancer, Prophet of the Boar, still here, Crater Miner, Banner Boar, Fearless Foodie, Gem Smuggler, Bristleback Knight, and Pokey Thornmantle are all staying the same. Not a surprise there's not that many here staying because we've had so many things change or are just coming in with new ones. So we've had some big shakeups to Quilboar, that's for sure. Now it's time to look at the new Quilboar. So these are the exciting new things we get to finally see and figure out, are these gonna work? Are we gonna put these in our builds? Are they menagerie, or do they work, only with Quilboar? We're gonna start with tier 2, 2/2 Glow Gullet Warlord Death Rattle. Summon 2 1/1 Quilboar with taunt. Play a blood gem on them. I mean, this for the early game, this seems like way too much tempo myself. You're summoning 2 2/2s essentially. That feels like too much on turn 3. It's like, oh yeah, I've got 2 of these in the shop. I sell my tier 1 minion, I play it. I've got 2 2/2s that each summon 2 2/2s. That feels a bit much. And I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's either gonna end up on tier 3 or with a reduction of the summons, some kind of nerf is required at launch. Skulking Bristlemane is a 3/4 start of combat, play a blood gem on adjacent minions. Well, 3/4 is a good stat line. It's going to play a blood gem on each minion on the other side of it, so that's pretty good stats considering, once again, tier 2. Quilboar starting out with some really high stats and abilities they're getting early. Seems like they've leaned a little hard on them getting too much early tempo. We'll see. Tier 3, 5/3 Corrupted Bristler. Death Rattle, summon a golem with stats equal to this minion's blood gem. Now that's not insane initially, right? It's got no blood gems on it when it starts. But as the game goes on, this thing could end up just staying on your board to the end. Why not? Get enough blood gems on this thing and you're gonna summon out some monsters. Are you running in a Murloc lobby? Is there a lot of venom and you just like, oh, my big Quilboar can't do it? Well, how about big Quilboar that summon big golems? You don't care if they've got Reborn and a bunch of summon from hands because you've got Death Rattles that summon minions out. This thing could be on your board for the entire game, and it's got a decent stat line for tier 3. Initially, yeah, it does nothing when it first dies, but that'll change quickly depending how many blood gem generators you find. Tier 4 Dreaming Thornweaver is a 2/6 Avenge 4. Give your blood gems an extra +1 health this game. Swaps to attack next turn. That means it's swapping constantly to attack and health, and if you have enough minions to get Avenge value, this thing will scale up your blood gems a bit. Is it fast? No. Should it be? No. We'll see if it's too slow or not, but I think if they go much harder on it, it will scale them up way too fast. You put this thing in Avenge 2 or 3, and that's a lot faster scaling if they can get a bunch of Death Rattles and Reborn minions, so we don't want it to be too high. I think this is a good sweet spot to start, see how everything plays out, and then maybe nudge it down if required. This one has some real potential, especially obviously if you're planning on playing Quilboar. Jumping up to tier 5, Needling Crone is a 5/4 Quilboar. Your blood gems give twice their stats during combat. So have you seen, there's a lot of different blood gem generating during combat going on. Well, if you're gonna get twice the stats for them during combat, they're not permanent, but then you have other things that are summoning additional minions in the case of golems, and that's bad because their stats are based on the stats of the blood gems on the minion that dies. And that can get really scary real fast when you're using something like this. In theory, I think this is going to be pretty powerful with those combat adding of gem boards. We'll see if it works in practice. All right, let's talk about the trinkets that are coming back. We've already had these before, but you might have missed them. You might not have been playing, so let's talk about those. For 1 gold, Great Boar Sticker, your blood gems give an extra 3 attack. If you need tempo, if the other trinkets just aren't very good for what you want to do, go nuts, 3 attack, there you go. Calligraphy set is 2 gold. Avenge for your blood gems. Give an extra +1 health this game. This originally was a 1/1 buff, and it was way too good back in the day. So now it's just health, and it's still not bad if you're running enough minions to die. Yeah, in the late game, it won't scale you anymore because typically your guys are either gonna win and not many are gonna die, or they're all gonna die and you're gonna lose, so it doesn't really matter. But in that early mid game, wow, this can get you some value to help you get over that bump to actually get real scaling on your gems. Lore Walker Scroll is 2 gold. Whenever you cast a spell on a minion, give it +2/+1 is massive tempo and a great lesser trinket because blood gems are spells, spellcraft are spells, tavern spells are spells. Use a targeted spell, you're gonna get more stats, so it can be a lot of tempo early. Replica Cathedral is 2 gold. You cast your first spell each turn an extra time. Now, this one is really important to remember order for, because if you say have a triple reward, which is a spell, you'll get 2 rewards of that. But if you also say have a blood gem and you play that first, that counts as your first spell. So when you're looking at your hand, which might be full, when you're trying to make that triple, you're like, well, I want to play the triple spell, but I've got 10 cards in hand, so I'm going to burn one of them. I don't want to do that. You really got to decide on the order and how you're going to remove things from your hand if you want that full value. Just really pay attention with this one. Don't mess it up because it's a big deal. Hoggy Bank is 3 gold, and then at start of combat, give your Quilboar Death Rattle, get a blood gem. You don't have much in the way of generation. You're pretty sure you're playing Quilboar. Why not? Take this thing, make it so every single one of your Quilboar can make a blood gem for you every combat they die. You certainly can get some decent value from it once you start scaling them up. All right, let's talk about the new lesser trinkets now. These are some fun ones. We're gonna start with gem donation is 3 gold. The first minion you sell each turn plays its blood gems on the 2 highest tier minions in the tavern. This one sounds intriguing because, oh, well, I'm not gonna waste my blood gems, but that's only if the highest tier minions are the ones you want in the tavern. If they're not, it's kind of wasted. And if you already had the ability to move the gems, why wouldn't you move them beforehand? Just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I don't see a whole lot of use for it. It's definitely good if you're pivoting out of what you're currently doing with these blood gems into something else. And you want to move those blood gems onto a better minion like that. But it's situational, and the highest tier minion isn't always where you want it to be going because they might not work with your build at all. So I'm really not sure how I feel about this. I'm going to end up having to buy higher tier minions in the shop I don't want, so the gems land on the ones I do want. It just feels like too much work for too little reward, but there'll be times where it could be good. But I think overall this one isn't going to be something you're super excited to ever see. Bloodbound Earrings are 1 gold, and that is after you cast 5 spells, play a blood gem on all your minions. Well, tavern spells are spells. We know spellcraft are spells, but blood gems are also spells. So if when you get this offered to you, if you know you're generating, I don't know, 5 blood gems a turn minimum, and that's it, then you already know you're going to get an extra blood gem. Initially, that might not be great, but it's still not bad. And the thing to remember is, even if you don't end up playing Quilboars, as long as you're casting spells, this will still benefit and put blood gems on all of your minions. So say you're running Quilboar and Naga, you're not sure what you're going to be, but you know the synergy because of the spell casting, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm playing Naga. You're still going to get benefit from this because you're still casting a ton of spells. So this one is going to be a really good one, unless you completely pivot into something that's not using many spells. And even then, for 1 gold, it's not a big loss. Tough Tusk sticker is 3 gold. Blood gems played from your hand give minions divine shield until next turn. Who thought this should be a lesser trinket? This is a greater trinket, and it should be what, 5, 6 gold? If you play a blood gem on one of your minions, it gets divine shield. Oh yeah, it's only till the next turn. Who the hell cares? That's amazing. That is massive value. This one is insane at 3 gold. Do we make it 9 gold as a lesser trinket? I don't know, but it feels like it should be a greater, and it should cost twice what it costs as a lesser. I feel like unless I'm completely losing my mind, this thing is going to be nerfed into the ground, if not just moved to a greater trinket and have the price doubled. All right, let's talk the returning greater trinkets now. We're going to go over all the ones that we used to have before, but they're back again. We're going to start with Calligraphy set for 2 gold. Avenge for your blood gems give an extra +1/+1 this game. Now, when you're getting to the later stages of the game, you might not be able to milk this very much. It's Avenge 4 to give a 1/1 buff. If you do have a way where you can scale this for a couple turns, it can get to be decently significant, but not crazy. And there are a lot of really impactful greater trinkets, so I'm not sure if this is the one to go for, but it'll do the job if nothing else better's offered you and you're playing Quilboar. Great Boar sticker is 3 gold, and that is your blood gems give an extra +2/+2. It's not bad, but you've just skilled your blood gems a whole 2/2, and that's it. This is the one you take when you're like, I'm about to die, I better make sure I don't, and you take this so you can maybe last a couple more combats, finish 5th or 6th instead of 8th. Jar of Gems is 4 gold. Each combat after 2 friendly minions attack, play a blood gem on all of your Quilboar. I mean, between Wind Fury and just the sheer scale of your stats, you should be able to survive to get to swing a couple times with at least a couple minions. Means you will be putting a lot of blood gems on your board itself. If those are buffed to a decent amount, you certainly can get some value out of this. Lorewalker Scroll is 2 gold. Whenever you cast a spell on a minion, give it +5/+5. That means whatever the buff you're giving them also, add 5/5 to, and that's pretty significant. I know I talked about Great Boar sticker and I said, well, it's just a 2/2, you don't want to die. And this one will definitely do that. You won't die if you start playing this. But if you're casting enough blood gems, that 5/5 buff, that can be really significant because that's a good bit of scaling you typically aren't gonna get. Is it the best trinket? No. Is it a good one? Oh yeah. Blood Golem sticker is 3 gold and is whenever a friendly Quilboar dies, summon a golem with stats equal to its blood gem 2 times per combat. Well, if your blood gems are stacked decently, or if you just have a mass volume of them where you don't care, there you go. Blood Golem sticker will help you, especially if there's a lot of Murlocs in the lobby, things like that. You've got Venom flying around. You're going to summon out a second wave of minions that hopefully can carry you through so you don't die and win some fights. Now it's time to talk about the new greater trinkets for Quilboar, and there are some interesting ones. Some seem a little odd, but let's talk about those. We're going to start with, for 4 gold, Bristlebok Portrait. Get a Bristlebok. Your Bristleboks play blood gems on all friendly minions. It's neat. I mean, it'll work with Menagerie. It certainly will allow you to do some fun Avenge type builds with it. We'll have to play some games and see how they do. Typically, Quilboar boards aren't running a lot of Menagerie, but this one definitely opens the door to that. Bloodbound Earrings for 3 gold. After you cast 5 spells, play 2 blood gems on all your minions. Well, this one seems quite good also. Are you casting a lot of spells, Quilboar players? Do you have these crazy red things called, I don't know, blood gems? Well, the more of them you play, the more of them this will cast on your board. And yeah, you'll keep getting ridiculously bigger if you've buffed them. So enjoy, play, go nuts. Hogwash Basin is 2 gold. Start of combat, play 4 blood gems on all your minions. Well, you just got your greater trinket. Maybe you're not in great shape. This is one of those I don't want to die right now trinkets, because it doesn't care what type of minion they are. It's just putting 4 blood gems on them. If they're baseline blood gems, they probably won't save you, but that 4/4 buff across the board might be enough to make the difference, because it doesn't care what tribe they are. It's going to play the gems on them. So this is one of those, either your blood gems are buffed unnaturally high for this early in the game, or you're about to die really early in the game and you need to not. This one will help keep you alive. Agam sticker is 4 gold. At the end of your turn, play 4 blood gems on a friendly minion of each type. Well, this is obviously a menagerie sticker because it wants to play 4 gems on each type. So if you're going for that, this will at least give you some tempo to survive if you're in trouble. If you've buffed your blood gems or you're already playing a menagerie type build with some Quilboar action, this can definitely help keep you going and winning maybe? We'll see. This one really depends on how well we can pull off menagerie. Most of the buffing to spells we've done are to tavern spells specifically. And these are not tavern spells, these are just spells. So it's not like all those neutral minions you've been picking up that buff those are going to be buffed by these. There might be an exception I'm not remembering right now, but for the most part, it says tavern spells specifically. Thus, well, Agam sticker's good and it's going to buff them menagerie-wise, there's probably better ones you can find. But if you need a little tempo to survive, this will help keep your random board of minions still going by at least buffing them 4/4 across each type. It's a kind of a specific qualifier though. I think this one might end up cheaper unless I'm just missing an angle on this one because I've seen so much information. It's hard to keep it all in my head right now. Charming Panpipes is 3 gold. At the end of each turn, give your leftmost minion +1/+1 after you cast a spell. Improve this. This one I have a lot of questions about. I think overall I'm leaning towards it being broken, but if you're weak and you take this expecting to win, you're probably just going to die. Now, it's an end of turn effect, so Drakari, fan-damn-tastic. Can't go wrong, right? Your leftmost minion, because it's end of turn effect, means these are permanent. If this was start of combat, no, not that bad, right? Start of combat, who cares? But with it being permanent stats, because it's end of turn, that can get massive really quick. If it's increased by every spell casting you've had, you really can stack those stats pretty high, it looks like. If you get this and you're in a decent place to just start moving minions around to stack stats on them, it seems like it'll be pretty effective. We'll see when we play some games. That's it. That's everything Quilboar. That's all the new things coming in. What do you think? Are you excited Quilboar players? Are you like, yes, these are the quills I have always wanted? Or are you like, not really. I liked the way they were this season. I don't like the changes. Where are you with it? Myself, I play Quilboar. I don't hate them, but I don't actively try because, you know, they seem kind of high rolly. Either you find everything and it's an amazing board, or you don't really find much and you die early. I don't dislike them. I just don't adore them. There's other tribes I'd rather play. Where do you fall on them after these announcements? I want to know. Leave it in the comments, please. Let me know, because I'm always excited to hear what people think about this stuff. And then I hear all the comments of people like, oh, no, you were clearly, you're an idiot. This is what it means. This is what it does. And I just love that. Let's go. Show me these things. All right, folks, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the Battlegrounds. Until then, have a good one. Later. Blood Gem Now it's time for us to get into the exciting part. It's for the Avenge 4, your minions.